What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today we have a brand new Xur Inventory review for the weekend of January 16th to the 19th. And so, let's get started. Alright, let's take a look at what he has. Firstly, for the exotics, for the armor we have the Assassin's Cowl with Bulwark. Not what I want to see. You definitely want a melee spike for this. Then we've got the Tharsis Embrace. Again, you want a melee spike. So here with Paragon, not bad. I don't like tertiary in health, but the literal maximum stats is 63, and this is 62, so not terrible. Then we've got the Eternal Warrior. Well, you absolutely want a big super spike, which this does not have. Then we have the Blastweave Striders. You can have a few things for this. Paragon, definitely not terrible. Not an amazing exotic, though. Then we've got these Starfire Protocols. Unfortunately, Paragon, you absolutely want a big grenade spike with this, so this is not it. And then we have the Secant Filament, so right here with Gunner. With weapons, actually, granting Devourer, getting kills with your weapons to re-up Devourer. Not terrible. You do want probably a bit of a class spike, which this doesn't have. Then we have the exotic class item. Now, remember, guys, we have Bulwark and then Paragon. Well, if you actually change your Ghost Armor mod, so I have Specialist, I'm going to change it to Grenadier. Why not? And then I go back to see. Let's see if I changed it. Bulwark and Paragon. Going to change it to... Let's go with Paragon. Paragon, there we go. Paragon, Specialist, Paragon. So it took me a while to change that, right? Like for quite a few of the changes, it didn't change, and then finally, now there you have it. So you can change those ghost mods to alter the archetypes of some of these armor pieces to potentially get the perfect role you're going for. So right here, the Assassin's Cowl now being Paragon with that secondary melee spike, this is significantly better than it was with Bulwark. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, as for the more offers, hey, we do have Deep Sight Harmonizers on sale. Pick these up whenever you can if you have space, if you're missing any craftable weapons. Yes, they're still viable. Don't let someone tell you that because they're not tier 5, they're not viable. Certain craftable weapons have god rolls that no other weapon can get, so it doesn't matter if you have a masterworked barrel, bro. I'm going for the roll specifically. Anyways, after that, let's check out the other weapons. So we've got the Colony Catalyst. Kind of just okay. Increases ammo reserves, is definitely not bad. Then we've got the Skyburner Catalyst, mid as mid gets. Then we've got the Queenbreaker, still a very, very good linear fusion rifle, puts out a ton of DPS. The Hard Light, a decent auto rifle, actually got buffed. Well, the fundamentals perk that it has, a few exotics have actually got buffed somewhat recently. The Vigilance Wing can definitely still kills me in PvP every once in a while. Hawkmoon here with Hipfire Grip, absolutely not. Then, as for the other weapons, the Locustus, Locutus. Okay, so this has Discord Undercover, not what I want to see, but it is craftable, I believe, so keep that in mind. You could buy this and use that Deep Sight Harmonizer I just went over to unlock the pattern if you're like 4 out of 5 with that thing. Then we've got the Blast Furnace from Into the Light, guys, with Kinetic Tremors in the left and Rampage. This is a fantastic roll. Like, usually you find Kinetic in the right, competing with the other damage increasing perks. So, Kinetic and Rampage, that means, remember, this is an aggressive burst, so a 4-round burst is going to get a lot of shots on target, much more than other pulse rifles, and trigger Kinetic Tremors fairly recently, or not recently, often, and then you're also going to be ramping up the damage with Rampage. Very, very good combo here. Definitely a great Blast Furnace. If you missed out on Into the Light, I would just pick this up. I think the literal god roll, in my opinion, is instead of Rampage, you have One for All, but that's not that big of a difference. Like, this is like, an A+++ roll if that other roll is the S tier roll. So incredible pickup there. We have the Whispering Slab here with Perpetual Motion Swashbuckler. I mean, Swashbuckler, an interesting damage increase. You could consider this for sure. Then we've got the far future with moving target thresh, absolutely not. We've got the targeted redaction with outlaw focus fury. Focus fury is not really what you want in a hand cannon. Then we've got the plug one adept. So this is an adept nightfall weapon. We do have reconstruction to massively increase the magazine, but unfortunately we then have kickstart. If this was a more damage-oriented PvE perk, this would be extremely good, and then well-rounded plus kickstart is not really what you want to see, so unfortunately not the best roll here, but an adept nightfall weapon nonetheless. And then, the unwavering duty from Trials of Osiris. Unfortunately, dynamic sway reduction and focus fury is not what we want to see. Darn. Then we've got the thin precipice. This is craftable, by the way. Vigilant charge and counterattack is not what I want. And then we've got the Elatic Principle, which again is craftable. This one has golden tricorn and heating up. Really not that good, but I would say the highlight, like by a mile, is this blast furnace. This is an incredibly good roll. Again, if I'm advocating for one for all over Rampage, we are talking inches. Like, it is barely, in my opinion, better, especially actually since they just buffed Rampage a couple months ago. So, this is saucy. You also get a little bit of mag increase from TAC Meg. Really, really good pickup if you missed out on the iconic blast furnace from Into the Light. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.